Is the NFL about to witness history? The chase is on, and CeeDee Lamb is gunning for Calvin Johnson's receiving record. But can he do the impossible? Stay tuned as we break down why the Cowboys star might just shatter the NFL record books and why his competition should be shaking in their cleats. The race to 2,000 yards starts now. Hey there, Cowboys Nation! Welcome to Dallas Cowboys Fan, your ultimate destination for all things America's team. Whether you bleed blue and silver or are just starting to catch Cowboys fever, this is the place. If you are a die-hard fan, please make sure to subscribe for more latest news and updates of your favorite team. Today, we're diving deep into a topic that's got the entire NFL world buzzing. Could CeeDee Lamb, the Dallas Cowboys' electrifying wide receiver, be on the verge of breaking Calvin Johnson's seemingly untouchable NFL records? Buckle up, folks, because we're about to take you on a wild ride through the world of elite receivers, record-breaking performances, and the meteoric rise of a potential NFL legend in the making. Let's start by setting the stage. CeeDee Lamb, drafted 17th overall by the Dallas Cowboys in 2020, has been nothing short of spectacular since he stepped onto the NFL field. But it's his 2023 season that has catapulted him into the stratosphere elite receivers. We're talking about a season that would make even the most seasoned fantasy football managers weak at the knees: 135 receptions, a jaw-dropping 1,749 yards, and 12 touchdowns. But these aren't just good numbers, folks. They're league-leading, record-threatening, am I reading this right? Kind of numbers. To put this into perspective, Lamb's 135 receptions topped the NFL charts. His 1,749 receiving yards? That was good for second place in the league. And those 12 touchdown receptions? Third in the NFL. We're not just talking about a good season here. We're talking about a season that has firmly established Lamb as one of the most dominant forces in the game today. But let's zoom out for a moment and look at the bigger picture. CBS Sports, one of the most respected voices in sports analysis, has ranked CeeDee Lamb as the third best receiver in the entire NFL. Let that sink in for a moment. In a league brimming with talent, where new stars seem to emerge every season, Lamb has climbed to the upper echelons of his position. The only two players ranked above him? Tyreek Hill and Justin Jefferson. That's some rarefied air, folks. Now, let's talk about the elephant in the room, Calvin Johnson's records. Megatron, as he was affectionately known, set the bar impossibly high during his legendary career. His single-season receiving yards record of 1,974, set in 2012, has stood like a monolith in the NFL record books. It's a number that has taunted receivers for over a decade, always seeming just out of reach. Enter CeeDee Lamb. In 2023, he came within 225 yards of Johnson's record. 225 yards. In NFL terms, that's a hair's breadth. And here's the kicker. Lamb didn't even hit his stride until after Week 5. Let's break that down for a moment. In the first 5 weeks of the season, Lamb's receiving totals were 77, 143, 53, 36, and 49 yards. Solid numbers, sure, but nothing earth-shattering. But after that, he exploded, becoming an unstoppable force that defensive coordinators had nightmares about. Imagine, just for a moment, if Lamb had been firing on all cylinders from Week 1. We might already be talking about him as the new record holder. But the truly scary part, this might just be the beginning. You see, Lamb has shown a trend that should strike fear into the hearts of defensive backs across the league. He's improved his numbers every single year he's been in the NFL. Every single year. We're not talking about marginal improvements either. We're talking about significant leaps forward in receptions, yards, and touchdowns. If this trend continues, and there's no reason to think it won't, we could be on the precipice of witnessing history. But let's pump the brakes for a moment and consider the challenges. Breaking NFL records isn't like taking candy from a baby. It's more like taking a steak from a hungry lion, dangerous, difficult, and not for the faint of heart. Lamb's got competition, and it's fierce. Tyreek Hill, the Miami Dolphins' speed demon, is always a threat to break the game wide open. His ability to take the top off defenses and turn short passes into long gains makes him a constant danger to rack up massive yardage. But Hill's got a potential roadblock in the form of his teammate, Jalen Waddle. Having two elite receivers is great for the Dolphins, but it might mean Hill has to share the spotlight and, more importantly, the targets, which could impact his ability to challenge the record. Then there's Justin Jefferson, the Minnesota Vikings route running maestro. Jefferson's ability to get open seems almost supernatural at times, and he's got the hands to match. But Jefferson's path to the record books might be complicated by the Vikings' quarterback situation. With Kirk Cousins departing in free agency, Jefferson will be catching passes from either Sam Darnold or rookie J. McCarthy. That's a far cry from the established connection he had with Cousins, and it could lead to a decline in his numbers, at least in the short term. Lamb, on the other hand, seems to be in the perfect situation to make a run at the record books. He's got an established quarterback in Dak Prescott, who not only trusts him implicitly, but seems to look for him first in crucial situations. The chemistry between Prescott and Lamb is the kind that offensive coordinators dream about, and it's only getting stronger with each passing season. Moreover, Lamb is the undisputed double UR1 on a high-powered Cowboys offense. He's not competing for targets with another elite receiver. When the Cowboys need a big play, all eyes turn to number 88. This kind of focus in the offense is crucial for a receiver looking to put up historic numbers. But there's another factor at play here, one that could provide even more motivation for Lamb to reach for the stars: his contract situation. As of now, Lamb is holding out for a new contract extension. And let me tell you folks, nothing motivates an NFL player quite like the prospect of a big payday. If Lamb can break Johnson's record, or even come close to it, you can bet your bottom dollar that his agent will be using that as leverage in negotiations. We could be looking at one of the biggest wide receiver contracts in NFL history. Now, let's address the skeptics out there. Yes, we've seen players have monster seasons before, only to regress to the mean the following year. Yes, defenses will be game planning specifically to stop Lamb. And yes, injuries, changes in offensive scheme, or any number of other factors could derail a record-breaking attempt. Before we wrap up, let's not forget the bigger picture here. Regardless of whether Lamb breaks the record or not, we're witnessing the rise of a truly special talent. The kind of player that doesn't come around often. The kind of player that changes games, that defensive coordinators lose sleep over, that fans will be talking about for years to come. So, football fans, buckle up. The CeeDee Lamb Show is just getting started, and if his trajectory is any indication, we're in for one hell of a ride. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think Lamb will break the record? Who do you think poses the biggest threat to Johnson's record? And don't forget to like and subscribe for more breaking NFL news and analysis. That's the end of today's video. I will see you guys in the next video. If you liked the video, please make sure to subscribe the channel for more upcoming videos.